All right, what's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon Kindle Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Child Willie, this one's for you. Reasons to get married. Um, let's get into it. I've never been married, uh, so you know, don't take my word as gospel, right? But I will tell you what I think the reasons that you should get married are. This is why I stick to the point of the video. I think you should get married to unify with another person and create a family, because you two people and your two families are on the same page as far as building a legacy. I think when you haphazardly, when you don't get to that point, um, I think you're gonna cause yourself a problem, because there comes a point where I back up a little bit. One of the reasons to get married is bigger than you. It's not about it's not about you wanting to have an event, or which is a wedding, or you have a particular partner who is tied to you, i.e. husband or wife. You're unified to create something out of that union. You become a team. So when you become a team, your team has to have a purpose. Um, no, that's why every year you see people play a sport. It's a new year. The goal is to win it all. So your goal should be, to whatever you both are driven to in life. Your goal is to should be to win it all together. You know, because two heads are better than one. Um, a reason to get married is to teach and train the next generation on how to interact with each other. I think this is why you have they can create the same thing and build on that. Because at the end of the day, it's bigger than the symbols. For me, it's bigger than a ring. It's bigger than a wedding. It's bigger than a dress. It's bigger than pictures. It's bigger than a tuxedo. Um, One of the reasons I say that is because that's just a day. It's the work that you put in all day long, every day that everybody watches. See, everybody at your who saw you get engaged or was at your wedding, that's cool. Or who picked out who the people who were involved in the process of creating the event, great. But those same people may see you 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the line and see what the commitment is. One of the other things about that commitment is you can exemplify what taking wins and losses with your significant other looks like. Because you ain't going to win them all, and you ain't going to lose them all. And y'all might win and lose separately. But to the victor, the spoils go to the whole family. To the loser, the despair goes to the whole family. But it's still something to be worked with and in some aspects cultivated as a lesson for the unit and the family and as a whole. So, it's bigger than it. There's a point. There's a method to the madness, in my opinion. Another reason to do it would be to take care of something or someone who brings something to the table that you need, but they need you to bring something to the table that they need to have a functional life. Yin and yang. You got to bring, to make a perfect whole, you got to bring your perfect imperfections to their perfect imperfections. And so once you get together, you build together. A reason would be, to plan how to divvy up the inheritance. As far as both of your separate nuclear families, whether it be land, business, land, money, property. You get together as a family and you marry to say, okay, well, they need this and this person needs this and this can be put to this use and that can be put to you manage. You get together as two smart individual and manage the inheritance together. Like I said before, two heads are better than one. I think that's a reason to get married. I think people have been blowing these reasons. That's why less people do it get married for real reasons. If you're getting married for procreation alone, okay. If you got married to say I had a child in a marriage, okay. But once you did that, you still have to work as a cohesive unit to make sure that child has more than just a fighting chance at survival. They have to actually be put in a position to, you're supposed to train a child as you would want them to go. You got to put them on a fast track to get into their dreams and aspirations and fulfilling their purpose. That's a reason to get married, because you're committing to each other that you're going to commit to the process of building a legacy. That's why I said it's not about you. It's not when I say you, I'm not talking about you specifically out there, right? It's bigger than you and your partner. That's why it's for richer or poorer, better or worse, through sickness and in health. Because the process is to get a group of people, is to be a adult unit who is able to guide a group of individuals from that unit or around that unit into a positive life. So if that doesn't come up in any way, shape, or form when you're wanting to get married, then In my opinion, I don't think you're in it for the right reasons. Just my opinion. We out.